I've got a full set in desperate need of a makeover. It's got great bones. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. It was originally $100 and I was able to get it for $60. So I think a pretty good deal for a Bassett dresser and nightstand set. We've got some things to do because this one's got some issues, as they usually do, and a drawer that's really sticky. One of them is super squeaky and rocks like anything. So let's see if I can get these fixed up and turned into something pretty.
Want to learn furniture refinishing? I have step-by-step guides for every stage of the process, and Refinish and Profit covers the business side. They're available on my website.
Okay, I'm excited to get started on this set. I can just see all the changes that I can make to this and make it so pretty. And I love this style. So I'm excited to dive in. But the first thing I needed to do is figure out these drawers. So they seem like they were just in the wrong spot. And once I got them switched around, I was like, okay, that's better. That drawer was still a bit squeaky, but I'll have to figure out something for that. But they were definitely better in the other place. And sometimes it's just a matter of switching things around. And once I got those out, it was time to get this figured out why it was rocking back and forth. And I found out easily there was an area that was broken, and the little foot that had been there was just broken right off. So it's time to put a new one in there. And I found I have a little hijacker. So I was like, is that alive? Oh, yes, that's alive. Okay, once I got that out of there, it's time to figure out which foot's going to go back on here. These are just little nylon feet, and I was trying to choose one that's the same as the other existing so that hopefully this will become nice and steady now. And I turned it back up, and guess what? I found another one. So I'm going to have to spend some time decontaminating and making sure all of these spiders are out, but it was still rocking. So I flipped it back over. I'm going to take out the other foot on that side and put another one in its place, and let's test this one. And sure enough, solid as a rock and no more spiders. So I'm going to go through the same process with the dresser and figure out all of the drawers where they go. And they're just going back and forth and back and forth. And once I get those all set, I took all of the hardware off and in inspecting all of the guides inside. I love it when everything in the interior is wood. Makes things so nice. These are all in great shape. So I'm excited to move on to cleaning. And I want to give this a good cleaning because it was very shiny and almost oily, and it felt like it had been polished a lot. And I wanted to get all of that off there before I get started. And then I'm using my scrubber with the degreaser to get into those details. And the top of this is also loose. Everybody picks up the dressers from that. And over time, sometimes these screws just start to either strip or get loose, and this one was completely missing. The one in the back was just loose. So I took a tiny screwdriver because, of course, this is the smallest drawer in the whole dresser, so I have very little access, but I got that one tightened, and then the one in the front was a little more difficult. I had to get my drill out with that right angle attachment. There we go. You'll see what that looks like, and that's a pretty helpful tool. It's always handy to have a tool like this around. I'm going to lay this down because I need to address these feet. Now, if you've watched my channel much, you know that this is the thing that I change probably the most are these legs and the bases because they really make such a big difference to the overall look. And I just don't care for those swirls on like a traditional style dresser. I think it should just be more simplified. So I grabbed my little circular saw and I taped out my lines of where I wanted to cut. And I couldn't cut that whole area off because some of it is the support, which you'll see in a second here. So that area that's kind of like a panhandle, I had to leave there, but I needed to trim it all so that it would work. Got everything sanded smooth and nice and straight. And then I need to now put new screws back in the area. I had to take all the screws out in order to cut it. And now shorter screws need to go in, but I need to sink the head of the screw down so you can't see it. That countersink bit does exactly that. All right, I'm pretty happy with how the dresser turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same process on the nightstand. I did all three sides of all the pieces. I just didn't show it all. So it's a lot of trimming and a lot of sanding. I got it all done, but it's time to move on now to the tops. Now, this is one of the nightstands. Something has melted this finish all the way down. I had to sand a lot of that down just to get rid of the ledge from the finish to the wood. And then starting in with scuff sanding. Now, scuff sanding is so important because it is going to cause all these little micro scratches, and that helps with adhesion, gives something for the products to grab onto. The Surf Prep, of course, is making quick work of all of these details. If you're ever interested in getting one, just use my code for a discount. I love the detail sander, and I could have used it here as well, but when I have a large surface, sometimes I just like to switch to the orbital. I am changing all of the hardware. That all needed to go, and so do the holes. which means I've got a lot of Bondo to do. And I'm just using my little spreader and pushing that into all of the holes. Again, 14 drawers. I'm going to fill everything. And then I've got to go back and sand it all once everything sets up and hardens. So that took some time. Now I'm on to the second round. And the second round of Bondo products is just the spot putty for all the little dents and dings. Time to move on to the hardware. I've got to figure out the placement of where I want this because now I've just got a clean slate and I can put them anywhere. And once I figure that out, I set my jig up so that I can just drill holes right in the center. I'm replacing a pull with a single knob. And then I need to figure out how far from the edge I want the pulls to go. And I'm setting up my jig, and it's, the length from the end and then 5 inches for this 5-inch pull. And then I've got to figure out how far down to get to the center of the drawer. Of course, I've measured everything. And then that was so deep that was falling in. So I just have a little shim there to keep it straight. That will make sure that my spacing is accurate. Get all those drilled, and here we are. I know it looks like a hot mess, but this is actually ready to go. I'm going to set up my spray tent, and I'm about to fill it up with several pieces because I've been working on prepping a few, and I'm going to spray them all on the same day. So you'll see multiple pieces in here, but I get the dresser, both nightstands, and I have another dresser over there on the side. And let's prime. It's time for primer. And this is really important, especially with pieces like these that have so many color variations and defects. It's really good to have a nice primer coat on there to even everything out and get ready for my paint. So you can see that's just covering all that so nicely, and you won't see any of that shadowing or anything from all of these areas that got sanded down. It's always nice to have a good solid primer coat. Even if you're using an all-in-one paint, I don't skip the primer coat, but I'm sanding everything in between just to make sure it's all nice and smooth and going in with my paint color. Now, this is a custom color because, I love to make custom colors. And I just wanted to do this in a soft taupe. Taupe is really having a moment right now. It's kind of up there with black, but really popular. Once I got the paint on there, I really could see all of these edges. And this is just the seam where the trim meets the drawer face, and there's just what looks like a crack there. And when that's painted to me, it just looks awful. So I had to go with every one of them and put filler in there and then wipe it back just to fill all that in. And then I also noticed that this area that had that finish that was all melted off now looks horrible. So it got sanded down smooth, but what happened is the wood grain's now exposed and the rest of it doesn't have wood grain, and so you can really see it. So I'm taking this glazing and spot putty and I'm just filling it all in. This looks like it's a lot, but this is really thin coats. That takes a little while to dry, and then I'm going in with this sanding block and sanding net just to do this by hand. Yes, I've got sanders galore that I could do this with, but I prefer to do this by hand. I have more control and I can get this without taking out too much product with the sanders. In between coats, I go in and touch up all of the drawer edges. Again, 14 drawers worth, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of one. You can see the stains on the inside of that drawer too. I've got to address that later. And just getting more paint on here. I am really liking this color for this set, and I ended up priming the top of this again over all of that repair. And now when you turn around and look at it in the reflection, it's just like butter. I guess you would call that a glass-like finish. I thought it turned out really nicely. So 2 coats of paint and top coat. Once everything dried, of course, time for some drawer liners because a couple of these drawers are really stained and they just need to get covered. So when a couple of them or even just one is stained, I got to do them all. You can see this one's got big oil stains in the front and it will now just disappear. But I love this liner. I cut everything to size and get it in the drawer, and it just fit perfectly. Time for some hardware and a little bit of staging. My supervisors are there to make sure I've got everything looking good. And let's take a look back at where this started. I wouldn't say it was horrible, but it was worn, but now it's just so much prettier. This is the dresser by itself, but I just wanted to show how lovely it all turned out. A really nice piece. And again, this is a Bassett. And all together as a set, I think it turned out really nice. So much more fresh and modern. The drawer liners just really coordinated nicely and just pulled this whole thing together. I hope you like this as much as I do. And if you're working on your own furniture projects or wanting to learn to refinish furniture, my refinishing guides, books, and resources are all available on my website at olivestreetdesigns.com. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.